We've got weather and it is wild, so I'm going to have to be careful in here. But with the high winds and the rain, I figured out that this was the safest place for me to be. Gareth, I was going to tell you, I've got something to tell you, Gareth. I'm well proud of myself. This little beck's full. Gareth, when I was in Poland, I went down a mine. I was 450 feet down in a salt mine. Got a video coming up on it. Oh, I didn't have to dig my way in. Like you do. I was really good. I'll send you some photos of being down there. Ayla, Cass, how you doing? Jamie. Quaw. Leo, how you doing? Leo, lad, I like that new name. Hemi, how you doing, Hemi? Christine, you alright? Oh, we've got branches down already. I was a little bit late. My daughter was on a driving test and she's just passed a driving test this morning. So, buzzing. You alright, Andy? Ruth, how you doing, chick? There's a lot of branches down. This might be interesting. There you are, Hemi. Hang on, I'll give you a spanner. There you go. Tommy, how you doing? They decided to give us a weather warning this morning. Cheryl, how you doing, chick? A weather warning this morning. And I can see why. So she's, I will do, Cass. When the instructor told her that she'd passed, just about bursting into tears and says, no, you don't mean it, it's just all a big joke. And she was like, no, she didn't drop a point. She totally aced it. Christine, I'm going to be very careful. I'm looking, but I'm also listening. This bit's not bad. It's when we get further in that I'm going to be extra careful. But if signal goes iffy, I'm really sorry, but it's the weather. I thought this was the safest place to come. Ayla, the wind is wild. And the rain everywhere's flooded. He's had Heinz are getting a hammering, and I wanted to show you the kettles. She's 20, just didn't have the confidence in herself to do it, and she's realised that she would. Her instructor told her that she actually had the strictest test lady, but he didn't want to tell her beforehand and put her off. Yeah, right, Al, how you doing? Me being an idiot, I'm out in the woods. Oh, more branches down. Ayla, is it set to be in there all day as well? The winds are going to get up this afternoon. They're already up, but it's more just blustery at the minute. Oh. Someone's had a horse through here. Krakow was fabulous. I've got a few videos to put together and edit all up. Kirsty, how you doing? Jason, nice to see you. It's not so bad here for the next 2 or 3 days, well, it's not meant to be. Today's meant to be the worst day. Jabataha, nice to see you. So we'll see what state those trees in. More branches down. Oh, I've been hitting the coffee this morning. Yeah, we went down a salt mine. Work started there, I think, in the 1400s. Sniper, how you doing? JM Vlog, lovely to see you. How are you? Oh, great. And you went down through the levels to about 450 feet down. There's 2 churches under there. The miners have carved statues. Some artists went in, but a lot are by the miners themselves. And they're unbelievable. The 2 churches. Run, you're right. My little Japanese jigsaw. Ooh, let me get down from this hilltop. We'll see if those big trees have come down. The ground's waterlogged, so, and part of the pathway was collapsing as well. Gareth, it was a lot different. I'll send you some photos. I didn't have to dig my way in. I wasn't in danger of getting struck by my head. You could stand up in most of the tunnels. Just let this lady come through with the dog. But yeah, unbelievable artwork down there. Yeah, I kind of wish we'd worn masks on the plane. We had a family of like 6 behind us, just coughing and spluttering in a sequence all together on the way home. So, plane circulated air is disgusting, isn't it? Ooh. This path's a bit boggy. Let me get down here and get to the kettles. Seems a fair bit of water in. We'll see if we can hear the kettles roaring shortly. Yeah, I've got a sore throat and feel a bit iffy, Cass. I was putting it down to being tired from... We'd walk like 20 odd miles in 2 days. Set off from home at nearly 4 o'clock in the morning. Got there at 12:30 and we're out until the night time, wandering around the city for a start. I know. Alec, how are you? Oh, we've got a Hobbit house. Where's Pizza? Pizza likes a good Hobbit house. You alright, Jamie? Whew, my hands are cold. It is freezing. Oh, I can hear it. Oh, sorry, wire's gone the wrong way. Lunatic, how you doing? Viewless, good morning Viewless, how are you? So again, we've got more branches down. Ooh. It is roaring. It's not as high as I thought it was going to be from all the rain we've had. But it'll take a few hours to the water to drain down off the hills. And there's a lot more forecast. Challenging, how you doing, chick? I don't like coming to this side because I can't see how big the overhang is. And I think it's suspiciously large. Going by the rest of the woods. Alec had a great premiere yesterday. Having a walk around to some beautiful gardens. Scott, how you doing? Challenging, I'm feeling a bit icky, but I have put it down to being tired. But I don't know, probably sickening for something after planes and circulated air. Right, hands out of pockets and walk carefully. Awesome, how you doing? If you like gaming, go check out Sniper. He's lush. He's a really supportive friend I have. Lovely guy. If we stood here long enough, we'd see the water levels rising. If I had my idiot head on, I would make my way down and put a marker on the side there, but it is just too slippy. It's ridiculously slippy. Green sandstone isn't fun. Okay, Andy, nice one. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, locally they're called the kettles, Gareth. It's when the whirlpools in the water have just worn it away. As a waterfall comes down that hill. Oh yes, pointy fingers, I've done my nails, the back. There's one forming there. There's another one forming just below it here. And these are all the older ones. But those rocks inside them are big. And that's the force of the water picking them up. Vanished, how you doing? But I would love to go and have a dig around in the bottom of those kettles. Easy does it. Ooh, someone's had a bird on here. What is that? Right. Got another one forming just there. You see how the water swirls around in it. Dale, you're right. That is what carves the stone. As this place is on sandstone and bedrock, the water carves it quite easily. Something's been having some acorns. There's lots of acorns split on here. Sazzy, how you doing? Well, in this bit here, the normal channel is about, point your finger, about a foot wide. And it's got to be deep for the amount of water that comes through it. There's a second bit of a waterfall comes down there. And that's flowing a little bit. But this whole place was just full of icicles, this whole bank. When I was here, when it was sub-zero. So yeah, I would love to have a dig around in the bottom of those kettles. Not likely. I would have to be in a really stupid mood to do it. Right, back up. We'll go a little bit further. Today is going to be a careful day. Was he? Right, back up. Where else do we go and crack out? The town square. It's one of the oldest and the biggest. It's the biggest town square in Europe. And there's St Mary's Basilica at one end. Stunning, stunning building. The Mongolians were coming to raid the city. So a trumpeter went up the tower and blew the Hengal, I think, as warning in all four directions But on the last direction, he was shot in the throat by an arrow and killed, so he's a legend. So to honour him, on the hour, every hour, a trumpeter reenacts it. He goes to all the 4 directions in the top of the tower, plays the same melody, same tune, and he stops at the point that the trumpeter was said to have been killed at. And he waves out the window at you. It's dead cute. Love that. Absolutely loved it. I've got videos of that as well. Oh, mechanic, how you doing? Ow, that bit of rain hurt. Right, so this is where I start to be careful coming down here. Because there's some iffy trees and iffy bits of paths. PA, how you doing? Oh, can I see it from back here? PA, the water has, whirlpools have carved some kettles, some round holes out back there. I would love to get over that side and dig in them holes. It's full of old big rocks. It's smaller underneath. I would love to go and have a nose. Right, so how are we doing down here? Now this bank has got the fault line all the way along it, and I'm expecting it coming down this winter. The trees are already starting to come down on it. So landslipping won't be far behind. Beth, I love you. How you doing, chick? 1, 2. That was already down. 2 down. Cynthia, how you doing? Thanks for coming in, chick. Nutter, how you doing, Nutter? It's a bit wet. Oh, I had pickpockets, a pair of pickpockets trying to eye us up and target us until a copper spotted them. One stood on one side of us and the other stood on the other. And they were eyeballing us, they weren't shy about it, until a copper came around the corner and they did one off. Is the city full of crazy people today, PA, as yet, or is it too early for them to be out? So we've got a few little trees down on this side. Alec, just call him Jigsaw. That's the easiest way, call him Jigsaw. There was a tree wedged in that bit there. It's managed to come out. Ooh, we might get to see the cave. Let's go see if we can find the cave. Steve-O, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. That's why I came down here, Ella. I thought I'd be safest in here. I was racking my head about where I could go. But there's also a high possibility I'm going to go on my backside. A high possibility. So, what's happened to this little bridge that they made here? Beth, how you doing? How boggy is that? Oh, it's not actually bad, she says. Should have waited until I got over it, hadn't I? Ooh, more trees at the wrong angle. Another tree flat. And then it calms as it widens. If I do lose signal, be patient with me, I will be legging it. Rest assured, slipping and sliding to pick up more signal. I was expecting it to be a bit iffy with this storm. Has this storm even got a name? Amanda, how you doing? Robert, good morning. How you doing? Bits of branches down everywhere. Little Ridge Farm, nice to see you. Faze. Sorry, Little Ridge, I was trying to give you good. I thought I would be the only idiot in here, but there's a couple of cars parked up. So you've got fallen trees coming down from the top. Just slide down. Something missing on here. I don't know what it is. There we go. That's new. Close to collapsing. Ooh, slippy. There, sorry about that. Oh, I've just had to literally leg it. Whew. That was a mission and a half getting back. I've had a lot of flooding through here. Let me get up around this corner. I should be safer up here. Oh. Paths now a little river. There. Whew. I'm up. Oh. Rain's dripping in my eyes, I can't sleep. Can't sleep, can't see. I was just reading Alex's comment there. Well, the trees are still the right way up. They've lost a little bit more ground, but they're not doing too bad. But that fault line is moving all the way along that top bank. Little Ridge Farm, I don't blame you. Don't blame you one bit. We've got a wind and rainstorm in. Hence it's playing with signal a bit. those that I haven't had here before, this stone face is the remnants of the Romans in the UK. They built a wall across England from east to west, coast to coast, to keep out the northerners and to protect the land that they stole. This here is a quarry from that wall, and you see the tool marks? It's dated back to 209 AD. They dated it by graffiti left by the Roman soldiers. They mentioned Emperor Severus and some of the leaders at the time. Hiya. This is one of the cliff face, the stone faces that they worked on. There's one further in, but I don't trust the signal in there. So all those marks are 1800 years old, all the way through. There was a rare tablet found here called the Written Rock of Gelt, and I'll link a page about that was removed to preserve it because of its rarity. This is the smaller work face, the other one is massive. There was also a battle a bit further on in this woods in 1569. We've got the little stream running again. In 1569, the rightful heir to the local castle died suddenly, and someone tried to take it by force, a Leonard Dacre. The Queen sent her forces, and the 3,000 mercenaries he hired were all taken care of, shall we say. And that river we were down at was meant to have ran red with their blood for 3 days during that battle. Oh, right, I'm going over the top because I'm going to get wet boots. Wet boots, not a happy shazzy. All these roots make it a bit dicey. Mountains of Inspiration, nice to see you, Jay. How you doing? George's recovery. How's you? The bottom of this little beck that gets brought down. Is that Eddie? Eddie! Eddie, how you doing? In, how you doing? I'm a ickle bit wet. How you doing, Dale? I might have a little wander. I drove through because of the rain. I might go for a little wander down and see if we can spot any deer. It's a different time of day to that I normally come down here. So you never know. We'll have a look. Eddie, you're freezing your ass off up there? Good. Drop us a message, Eddie, fill us in. Tell us the crack. 97, why is there 97? Must have been a bat box, oh yeah. There's a broken bat box. Where are we at there? There'll be no cows. There better not be anyway. Ah, the sheep in there. I just see Angie on my... Yes, I'm imagining it. I thought I saw Angie. Right, we'll have a walk along the track and back through the woods. The winds are actually calming down a bit. And as usual, I'm on the wrong side. Well, The look of this bit, everything's on the wrong side. Jamie, we'll have none of the cows. Thank you very much. Ooh, it's a bit flooded in there. I don't know if they'll be in. Right. This is minging. Oh. Monkey. Jamie, I full on had a dream that this big old bull, I can't remember where I was walking, but there was a big old bull and it took chasing us up a track and it flung us over a fence. Vanished hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles. Up here in the north, it was the easiest material to use. A lot of the rock is just under the surface, so it was easy to get a hold of. The moors here are mainly limestone, and the limestone, it just shears off in layers under the ground, so it's a really handy tool because it's already the shapes you need. Some areas have sandstone, use sandstone. I think these ones here will probably be sandstone in the background there. As where we're right now is just sand and gravel under a couple of inches of ground. Now this is where we get the deer. The doe used this as a nursery last year. I managed to film her and I actually caught her taking the fawn out. It was old enough, that was a stroke of luck. And more recently there's a little herd of roe deer in here. Anyone in the US and Canada, they're pretty much like your whitetails, only a little bit smaller, or quite a bit smaller. But they do look really similar. They're the most common deer in this area. An hour or two north of me, and then you get the big red deer. Goo sister, thank you so much. You're an absolute star. Thank you. How are you doing? Right, something's creaking. I'm shifting because it's on this side. See, the sap is coming out of that like foam. Look at that. Shooting hell, let me get out of the way. So if you could hear that creaking. That was creaking on this side. Right, back to deer spotting. I should have probably walked it, you know. So I have 3 does and a buck watching over them in here. Cars, how you doing? If you haven't met Goo, go check her out. She's lovely. She's got some great videos and she makes me hungry with some of her videos as well. Just like challenging and Sazzy, Angela. We're coming up to the area that the doe is bedding down with the fawn. We had some young badgers digging along here, and the local badger set that I've taken you to before, they come up here. There's lots of sign of badger activity. Ooh, tree splats. Your eyes are stinging. I can hardly see through the rain. Gareth, I won't lie, when we were going down the mine, you had to go down 80 flights of pine stairs. It got more rickety and older as you went down. I will admit to rather a large That had a call. How you doing, Harry? If you can hear us, let us know, just in case it's not going to sound on a call. How are you, Harry? Oops, a daisy. I nearly slipped over. Right, we're getting to deer territory. Spooky, how are you doing, Spooky? We're close to the spot that I spotted the deer the last time. Now this is where the doe chose the nursery for the four, and she was bedding down here in bracken with it. And I managed to film them a few times in here. Just under there. We've got a fair bit of water in there. It's nice to see because it was so dry. Summertime. I'll keep having a look along because you never know my luck. You just never know. They blend into this bracken and heather so well. The coat isn't really too brown, it's more of a rich red. See, it's pretty much identical. Wicked Digger, how you doing? So all that dead grass and bracken in there. The easiest way you spot them is by the tail or by the head. They'll have a little flash of white on their muzzle, but it's usually that tail gives them away. I don't think we're going to see them today, so we'll head back into the wood in a minute. Under Creaky Tree quickly. Creaky Tree is bad. How you doing, Kaz? 12:12. Ron, I like catching 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Sad, I know, but hey, little things bring me joy. You alright, Carl? Do you know what? My left hand has gone numb. I'm trying to shield the camera from the rain. I've also got a video to put together of the finds at you having a rebrand. The finds at the Victorian dump. Demi, how you doing? That wind's getting up. You alright, Demi? That rain's like getting hit with little chunks of ice. I'll just go a little bit further, then we'll turn back. I don't think we're going to see them today. There's no harm in looking. Yes, he's had to hightail it back home to do some repairs. This storm's not a pleasant one. Workout forecast, 45-mile-an-hour winds, I think, coming in shortly. But it was really windy overnight. Demi, how are you, chick? Yeah, spot on, Cass. We'll work it out. Could they be shading in here? Nope, I think they're in thicker wood. They don't tend to go under kelp. Oh, I'm starting to feel rain through on my elbows. And this coat is thick. No, I'm not going to go further in. Alright, let's head back to A little bit less wild up here. My finger ends glue. No, I can't see. All these little decks are normally full, but last year we had so little rain they were empty from the spring on, which is unusual. Oh God. Leo, did you put a video up saying you've made I've seen you do an ice cream truck. What else have you got? How big is your Lego city? Because it was huge. The work you've done on it. Is the competition Lego together? Because I think you do done well. You're a bit of a Lego expert now. Goo Rock, she's lovely. If I could see, I would be looking for white tails. My eyes are kind of blurry, full of raindrops dropping off my eyelid. I'll turn you that way to try and get you out of the rain a bit. Gauze, the stuff of hell. Neo, how are you doing? I'll still keep a check. I'll probably be bedded down somewhere in this weather. We're going to take a detour through the woods. I've just come up with a plan. Hopefully a bit sheltered from the rain and the wind. I've been looking so forward to getting back out. Yesterday we had a family funeral, so and little Silver, I love you. How are you doing? Yeah, Goo, it is really windy and really wet. We've got a big storm in. There it is. I've slipped a few times already, but luckily it was when signal dropped. I'm not impressed by a squeaky tree up here. Don't like squeaky trees. Don't just use your eyes and woodland, use your ears, and squeaky is not good. Could simply be two branches rubbing against each other, but it can also be a sign that something's not as secure and attached to the tree as it should be. Ooh, this is boggy. Yeti, how you doing, Yeti? Lovely to see you. How's you? Silver, did you get snow this morning? If you did, I'm going to be knocked. Silver's up in northern Scotland. He gets the good white stuff. More than I've been getting it, it's not fair. I look at his local weather just to get jealous. And it said there was snow up your way this morning, but it would turn to rain later on. That's unfair, it's a tease. Nice one, Carl, that'll do me very nicely. About 4 foot. That would be the ideal amount of snow, maybe 3. Yeah, we had all sorts of Lego as kids. We had big boxes full. But it is so expensive these days. It's crazy the cost. Right, we're almost back into the wood and out of this wind. I'm trying to protect you from it and the rain. But Poland, there wasn't a drop of snow. Well, I found a little pile of snow, but like a lot of Europe and the ski slopes, no snow. Some of the ski slopes have had to shut. I think France, because they haven't got the snow, they've had a really mild winter. Up on the peaks they've got snow, but the slopes have nada. Right, foamy squeaky tree. Sat like soap. And I'm getting underneath it, out the way of it, before it starts creaking again. I'm alright, cuz getting back to my sore throat, a bit of icky chest, but I kind of expected it after being on a plane with people coughing their lungs up in sequence. From one family, the row behind us, or they took up 2 rows behind me. Nope, I've seen deer down this end as well, but that wasn't its own. I should really be paying attention to my feet. Ian, how you doing? Sorry, Ian, you didn't have a wrench here, you've got it. How do you walk the cat? Yay, brilliant. Just came home from a short trip to Krakow. My daughter bought me a trip. Ow, that hurt. Look at that. Starting to crack at the bottom as well. Get in there quick. Bought me a trip to Krakow from Poland for my birthday and Christmas combined, so I just got back. And it is unbelievable, it's stunning. Oh no probs, challenging up is alright. Yeah, and I got home Sunday night, it was about 10 o'clock-ish. And there was a wall of dog. Sam and Jack wedged in the doorway, and Willow diving over the top of them. It's nice to be missed. Nose straight in the case. Stu, how are you doing? I'm being an idiot out in this storm. Apart from that, I'm grand. We watched an interesting fight outside the hotel on Saturday night, about 4 o'clock in the morning. There was a group of some men and some women battling, and the police drove, they were in the middle of the road. The police drove along and just swerved around them and just carried on driving. So a taxi pulled up. He got out, started saying some what I presume were really naughty words in Polish. He got a hold of the guy that was doing all the grief and started giving him his comeuppance for what he was doing. Got back in his taxi and drove off. Then an ambulance turned up for the guy that was on the deck and was getting the real hiding. Which way are we going to go? We'll go this way. Yeah, Scott, nice one. Hi Dan, how you doing? Look at that. It's like the tree stood over with its backside hanging out. Dale, he's had to hightail home. The storm's caused some damage at home, so he's had to go home to repair it. So I jumped on a little bit earlier. Storms like this make me so nervous with next door's trees. Those huge trees at the side of the garden. I've got like very little topsoil. Disease, and I've only got branches on my side because he hasn't thinned the trees out or looked after them. So if they come down, they're coming down my way, which don't really appeal to me at all. How you doing, Dan? Ian, no, I'm back home. I got home Sunday night. I've got a few videos I need to edit and put together and some photos. But amazing place, I would happily go back. People were lovely as well. Although the shopkeepers were a bit grumpy. And they miserable as sin, shall we say. But I was told by our lovely taxi driver friend, they have a lot of people in buying drink on the night that really shouldn't need any more drink because of the way they are splattered. So I have a bit of a stressful job. Apart from that, everyone was amazing and nearly everybody speaks English. Makes me feel rather ignorant. Zoopy. It's soup. Would you like some zoopy? Oh, and mulled wine. Shop selling hot wine, mulled wine. Oh my god, stunning. I was getting large glasses of it. I love mulled wine. Spice slightly different to what we get at home. But, oh, heaven. I really wanted to go. The town square, biggest in Europe, they heightened the ground there and they've dug out underneath into the medieval market town, and you can go in there and walk on glass floors and watch it all, but it wasn't open while we were there. Cynthia, thank you so much for coming in. I'll see you soon. Have a good day. But it wasn't open. I would love to have gone down there. We're in the old cloth hall, St Mary's Basilica. I found really shocking that the taxi driver that helped us out when we were there was warning us about buildings that are in disrepair. Records were lost in the war. We were in the Jewish quarter, and obviously a lot of the owners didn't come home. Whole families were wiped out, so they can't prove who owns what. So these places can't be sold. And in the town square there's a tower, a clock tower, and it's peppered with bullet holes still higher up. Some repair work done below. I just heard a big bang. And some of those houses that were in disrepair, you could see bullet holes in them, and I didn't expect it. 77 years since the war, and it's still very evident. Homeless, how are you doing? Nice to see you. If I miss anyone, I'm really sorry. Shout at me. No, it doesn't. Yeti, this place, a lot of black sand through it, a lot of quartz through it. I'll take it back, show you the kettles, we'll see if the water's gone up. A lot of stones have been washed up into it, and I would love to get to that other side and go and have a dig around in those holes, see what there is. Does it, Yeti? This wood is mainly oak beech. There's pine parts to it, but it's mainly oak and beech. There's very little topsoil. It's all down bedrock. So the trees haven't got much to hang on to. See how shallow the roots are on that. So they come down easy. Scott, nice one. I mean, this gully was once enormous, carved out in the Ice Age. And the water is just carving through that sandstone. Oh God, I come the wrong way. Right, I'm going down. If I fall, don't laugh. Hey, how you doing? Remoto, how are you? Cool little ridge. Thanks for being here. Look how that tree's hugging that one. It's amazing how they weld and merge themselves together. I mean, that's a beech and that's an oak. And they've kind of attached themselves to each other. It's getting a little hug. So would I. There was a big battle a few hundred years ago, and the mercenaries hired on one side were all slaughtered. Now they'll have been part paid in gold before the battle, with the promise of the rest of their winnings after. None of them survived. They'll have had gold hidden in hidey holes under trees, crevices in the rock. The Romans were here for, must have been a fair while. We had the Romans carving rock. They made a quarry in here. And the stone they took, I mean, it's massive stone faces, so they were here a long time. So they've had kitchens set up, sleeping quarters set up. There's been a whole little Roman town in here at one point. There'll still be things to find. Clint, how are you doing? Angie, how you doing? Good morning. How's you, Angie? If you don't know Angie, check her out. She's brilliant. I love her. She talks some sense, this lady, and her point of view on things make you think some things maybe differently. And I can listen to Angie for hours. I love her accent. Yes, I did, and I thanked her for it, Kaz. Clint, do you want my puppy as well? She's a terror. Labrador. She's a destructive little madam. She's taken branches off a conifer in the garden and chewing on them, which I prefer to chewing toys and shoes. And what else has she chewed? Oh, sofa she chewed. God, she chewed all sorts. As soon as she gets her teeth in, the better. Looking for shiny things. Clint, I would be scared that I lost it. I would be scared to lose it, because it must be tiny. It must fit in your hand, does it? But it's cute though. What colour? And at least it's not going to master the stairs for a while. That's another plus of a little tiny dog. Dale, are you still enjoying summer? Jamie, how's the metal detecting going? Make me jealous. What have you found? I've got so much catching up to do from being away. I've been chipping away at my watch later. I save everything to my watch later list and slowly work my way through it. And at the minute it's at 500 videos I've got sat ready to watch. Right. We'll go around. This is the bottom. Yeah, there's about 3 inches of mud in those leaves. And because it's on bedrock, there's a lot of loose rock hidden by the leaves. Oh, that's growing at a dodgy angle. Ooh, soaked. This, I think, brings us round close to the kettles. We'll go back along to the kettles. I'll show you what I mean, Yeti, by the kettles and why I want to get in the bottom of them. Thomas, how's things with you? Sorry I've not been in your lives. I've been away for a few days, but I'm back. She must be dinky. It was bad enough for Willow. I thought I was losing her all the time. Constantly hunting for her. Under the blood red sky, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Sorry about my little rant about Harry before. I can't start about Harry because I won't stop. I've had fun on the Daily Mail this morning getting some of it out. I didn't realise he's as stupid as he actually is. No, I'm not going into it because I will rant for hours. And it's apart from the fact that he's put a target on all ex-and-serving forces members from his calling Taliban that he's killed chess pieces. Way to go, dimwit. And he doesn't even realise what he's done because he's a narcissistic dimwit. Right, that's me. Yeah, vanished. I need to find a way to get over. I was tempted. That tree further to where it's down, I thought, oh, I could shimmy across that and get across the field edge. And then there's these two just come down. But I'm not so sure how secure they are at the other side. Oh, that one's just snapped in two there, look. Snapped about 6 foot from the ground. Does that turn into snow? Is it? Oh, it's sleet. Ooh, we've got almost snow. No wonder my hands are cold. So that looks that is achievable, I think, that one, to get to the other side. But breath would kill me. And if I fall in, it's like 12 feet above solid rock. If that water's not very deep, it's gonna hurt a lot. Oh, I'm all excited. It's sleeting. It wants to turn to snow. Here it's starting to roar. And I love this place. It's one of my happy places. The energy in here is just amazing. Full of wildlife. There's little birds and blue tits. A family of about 20. There goes my head. The history in here as well dates back to the Romans. Well, this is England. I didn't tell you. Right, let's get a bit wet. Now this clearing, I still say it's odd. Can't work out why it's odd, but it's odd. It's out of keeping with the rest of the wood. Very strange feel to it. Cemeteries, how you doing? What a pond. And Pete's Hobbit house. Yeah, hold on a sec, 2 seconds. I'm just going to show you something I brought you down here. If you've not already gone, hang on. The water pushes the rocks up. Ah, it's gone up a few inches. It's actually in the kettles. The whirlpools in the water are washing away the sandstone into these. There we are. And you've seen all the stones in the bottom of them. I would love to get in there with a bucket and empty them and have a nose through them all. Oh, sorry, Sadie, you've not got a spanner. Do you know what, Eddie? Nice one. You should do too. You have to film me with what's been going on though. I mean, look at that. Like, I want to get across. Ooh, I want to get across, but it's a bit iffy to get over here. It's come up maybe an inch or two. Maybe 2 or 3 actually. It wasn't in the kettles, the upper ones, and it's just starting to leak into them. It was the kettle below. It was just in the bottom of that. No, I wouldn't dare try it today. Angie, I promise I am. I mean, this bit over here, when the water... Ooh, what happened there? That was odd. This bit here is normally low, it's about 1 foot wide. So it's doable to get over. But then it's clambering up that side and it's just sheer rock. Yeah, under this comes from the moors. You can see it's brown tinge, but it'll get darker as the day goes on, as the water filters down from the hills, runs through the peat, gets filtered through. I lost signal on the waterfall that you walk along the side of, and the water is nearly on the path. So there used to be a gate to block you getting through. Gareth, I have no doubt you would, but not that one. It's too skinny and it looks a bit rotten. That one you could, but then you've got to shimmy across. Cemetery's brilliant. We'll have a few of our members need their watch hours. There's all that fluff and stuff. There's Cemeteries Down Under, and there's Charlton Kitchen. Charlton Kitchen has got a playlist named Watch Hours, as has Fluff, and Cemetery's putting one together. If you've got a spare device, or if you remember to run overnight, you can save people's playlists so they're easy to find. Put it on and just let it run and help each other out. Under is nuts. He spends hours digging his way into mines. He gets through gaps that he could literally get stuck by his head. He's mental. He's the bravest bloke on YouTube. I say bravest, the maddest. The places that he goes down, right, there's the hobnail prints of the miners. There's tools left behind. There's even fingerprints on the walls and where they've had the candles there. He's nuts. Yes, the maddest bar stool on YouTube. And for all he gives me anxiety, and I do swear at him a lot, it's stunning. I think he's mental. He worries me when he's going doing his crazy stuff. But if I went to a mine and I'd been digging for a couple of hours, I would take that as a maybe shouldn't go. Scott, you had to take a choice but to get home. But I've got a lot of catch up to do on you as well, Gary. Well, something, I went down that salt mine, but I wasn't on my hands and knees. There wasn't any danger of getting my hat stuck. There was lighting. Very different. Although walking on salt steps was an interesting experience. They carved the floor to make it look like a tile floor, and with all the feet on it, it's just like marble. Just couldn't believe how beautiful it was in there. I wonder if you can go in through the top. Cemeteries, yes, I am. We had to come back early for a funeral yesterday, so we flew out home Sunday night. I could easily go back. Absolutely loved it. Walked 20 odd miles in 2 days. And a lot of that was underground at the salt mine. There's 2 churches in there, and the second church, breathtaking. Chandeliers as tall as me, and they're all made up from salt. All the crystals on them are salt. The miners carved statues. I had some artists come in that the larger church, the later church, and there's still services down there. We lost my brother-in-law on Christmas Day. He'd had a short illness, short and devastating illness. And it just so happened that the funeral was on the day that we were meant to fly back, but we wouldn't have been back in time, so checked out early, got an earlier flight. Goga, how you doing? Goga, the bendiest man on YouTube. Right, this bank's starting to drop. I don't know if you can see how it's dropping, but it's dropping. But some of them, they're just so vertical, and with so little soil on top, it's constantly changing shape in here. The path that I was worried about has dropped some more. There's more of it gone down, so it's going to cut this wood in two in the not too far distant future. The wind's eased off a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we obviously knew that we were going to lose him. He went to the doctors on the Monday saying he didn't feel too good. By the Thursday the next week, he was told he was terminally ill with cancer and he had weeks to live. They gave him 2 weeks, but he had maybe a month and a half. And it just so happens the day, it was Christmas Day, 11 o'clock on Christmas morning, which held up funeral plans because they're all on holiday. The registrars aren't at work to register deaths, and the undertaker's on holiday, so Go, I'm just talking about him in general. He scares the crap out of me some of the places he goes. We've got a second round of fungus in here. Ooh, that one's a weird one. Let's have a look. I know there's some back there. Is it? Have we had chicken of the wood and someone's been nicking it? I ended up not being able to go. The little one pulled a sickie on me yesterday, so I thought it's not the place for her. So I stopped at home with her. She tried to pull a fast one again this morning, but wasn't letting her do that. She's scam me yesterday, she wasn't scamming me today. Sniper. See, there's a little path there, and I've never been up there. Go and have a quick look. No, Goga, it's back home. I've got a few videos to edit and some photos to organise. I posted this morning some of the photos of down the salt mine as a little taster. There is thousands of tons of pine holding the walls up, the tunnels up, and they have to replace it quite often because the salt just rots it in areas where aquifers have been hit, and it blooms through the pine. So I put a couple of photos on that. It looked like snow. It wasn't, it was just salt. And some of the logs had me a bit nervous. It was like they'd shattered down from top to bottom, but it was just the salt getting in faults in the wood and opening them up. If you haven't met Solness before, go check him out. He goes Wander Into. He's a good guy. I have no idea where we're going. I do see footprints though, I think. Hard to see, we're going out of rain. Could be an animal trap though. This part is mainly where the birds are. Yes, Jamie, avoiding cows. I think this might take me to the dodgy bridge. The Farmer Build Bridge. Maybe. We'll see. So, daughter is buzzing that she's passed the driving test. Not one mark down, she got a full score. So she's a happy lass, as am I. Right, we'll just get under here really quickly. That was a bit iffy. Haha. See, Gatov's going to be sat with some cardboard cutting out cows as we speak. It wasn't actually too bad down that salt mine for a start. When you go down, was it 83, did I say? 83 floors downstairs, and that was a bit iffy. No, I've not seen her. I'm not sure where she is. Yes, Gareth, I do. Oh, the little deck in the bottom's quite full. If I'm up here, I've got less chance of a tree landing on my head. Sazzy, you sure about that? Up here there was some ritual offerings in spring and in autumn. The winter solstice, I think they've been rubbed off by the wind. See if I can find them. Andy, nice one. I know I'm pretty much a drowned rat myself. Is it wrapped to this one? There were flowers attached to a tree here. Yeah, it does. I'll tell you what other is good for being firelight is silver birch. Paper bark is brilliant. There we go. That was the offering left at the winter solstice. That's the second time I found one here. It was freesias in spring on this one, and we've got a J. Is that a J? Whatever that is. Ooh, I'll have to look that up. Interesting. Hadn't noticed that before. And they're always leaving these offerings on vine plants. That's a honeysuckle. D. Jones, how you doing? Mr. Whistle, you alright? It's always the vine-like plants. There's some ivy that they were stacking branches around. Uniform shaped branches all the way around the base of it, further in the wood. But this one gets offerings of flowers. This oak's looking a bit soapy on this side. Let's have a look. Sure, I saw it soapy. Yes, we are. The sap's gone all soapy and bubbly. I don't know why I put a coat on today. I might as well just brought a snorkel. Should I be walking down this way or the other way? The other way is where the water runs, as it looks like this does, so I shall be careful as we go. I'd love to come back and have a real nose around in the bottom of this one as well. Cara, Open Minded Wanderer, how you doing? If you haven't met Open Minded before, go check her out. Her videos are stunning. Attention to detail and editing is just divine. She's fabulous. Ooh, what an amazing lady. The raindrop went right down my ear, and I think I've made a boo-boo coming this way. Oopsie, we'll have a look. Yeah, a lot of black sand in there, a lot of quartz, and again, like the main river, it's all down on sandstone. I am not walking on that, way too narrow. Right, we'll go up and around. Rain is running down my coat, going clean through my jeans. I'll be about 5 kilo heavier when I get home because my coat's sopping. She's got a fantastic channel. Very clever lady. Wabbit Hole. Oh, change hands because my fingers are freezing. Yeah, it's clean through this coat. There'll be a few places in Carlisle, but we're the local city. Has had some major floods. Large parts of the city underwater. And we lost power for... Oh God, this is a stupid right. Easy goes it Shazet. For a few days, the first one. The water was getting into the upstairs in some of the houses. And it cut the city in two for a long time. I'll keep an eye on the river gauges because the electricity station that supplies us is in the lowest part of Carlisle, right next to the river. So if there's a risk of massive floods, Secret, how you doing? You home all right? Secret? It's a bit wet. And they swap between each area that they supply, knock it off in one, turn it on in another. Kind of share it out. Have you got much to sort, SB? Ooh, ooh. I nearly ended up on my backside. That was an interesting slide. Tommy too right, innit? I think pretty much the whole of the country, ooh, and again, the country's got it, haven't we? Secret, the river's gone up about 3 inches or so from the time I come in. We'll have a little look down the beck. Cara, thank you so much for coming in. If you don't know Open-Minded, grab it and go and have a watch. Her uploads are stunning. Oh, damn it. Ooh. Eee. Shoot. Right, hang on. I'm getting really good at not swearing. Well, fairly good. Like there's a few little bits in here, like an actual sluice that I want to have a rush around in. After this storm's come through, I'm going to come through and have a look, see what's been moved along. We'll go up over the top a minute. Are you dry yet, SB? It's going to take me all day to get dry myself. Ooh. That's about 6 trips in 3 minutes. SB, you know, I found, look at that. The tree with the offerings on it, spring and winter solstice. There's something carved in it. I'll screenshot it off the live and I'll send you it. There's a shape, there's like a J, and there's a shape almost like a church, like with like a roof and a cross on top of it. Frank, I was Franking. If Frank's in, you're alright, I can't see you. Scuff Frank, there you are, how you doing? This bit, the stone isn't just flat, it kind of tilts to one side and leans over. Got all them trees down, watching above me. So many places along here I'd like to have a proper look at. I'm not going to risk further going along there, it's just too dodgy underfoot for being silly. There's a lot of water moving in this little one. I'll get to the best side of it. Come back a bit. Beautiful little place. Goo, thank you so much. Thank you. Now this comes through the bogs at the back there, so it's not running through peat, but it is dyed from the vegetation that it's sat on. The winds seem to be calming down here a lot. But the rain's not. I'm being really careful today. We'll have a look at the other side. I've not taken you to the other side yet. Challenger and I love this place. It's just heaven. Cars, thank you so much. Thank you. Ooh. That lovely dinky little bridge. But you see down here, it's like a natural sluice box. You've got little pools like that. There's another one in there that I wouldn't mind having a look through. And on the other side, I'll show you that. Handicapped traveller, how you doing? On this side, there's a lot of little natural sluices. No, thank you very much, Cass. I really do appreciate it. See all this, it's been dragged down. It's not normally sat on here like this. You've got another little bit in there I want to have a look at. And in there, there's some lovely crevices as you come through underneath there, but the water's too high to show you. And see if we can see the waterfall to it. There's some go up along the is that drainage from the road I see? Oh, is it a little beck itself and then it's just run off from the road? People are going to think I'm mental walking around here. I'm parked up at my mate's house just so it doesn't look like I'm parked here. Aha! Look at the stone trough on there, the low stone trough they're using as a runoff. Night Cemetery Sweet Dreams, thank you so much for coming in. You can only see all that sandbank. Green Hornet, how you doing? There's some big trees in the bottom of here. And there's a drain come apart. That's a big tree that's stuck in the middle of there. How you doing, Green Hornet? That's making me feel a bit funny looking down into there, you know. I am soaked to the skin. Big time soaked to the skin. Can I get to this side is a question. In fact, let's take a little bit along here. And then I'm going to have to go out and get dried out because I am to the skin soaked. And the kettle's shouting me for some coffee. I'm going to spin this jacket in the washer to get it in the dryer to get it dry for the school run. Right, where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. Challenging, thank you so much for coming in. Saw the live out of the wind, didn't I? It's kicking back up. It's not so much the wind speed itself, it's the gusts that have been bad around here. See signal, let me take you along this little side. To a little beach that I'd love to get down, but I can't. And I'm not going down on a rope. It's not happening. Yeah, it could be. I mean, this place, when it's in flood, it is a force. But it's regular flow. Yeah, you could generate power, but you're not going to generate massive amounts. Again, you can see it's down to the bedrock and how it's carved it. It's not happening, Gareth. I'm not abseiling. Not a hope. But I would love to get down there. Just along here. I'm absolutely dripping. Had to stop myself there. Yeah, I just wanted to have a nose over here. I'll be hightailing it up the road. But yeah, don't till like 10:30. Yeah, I'm going in a minute, Cass. Sassy, how you doing, Sassy? Nice to see you. People do it. It annoys me. It annoys me more than the match actually just leaving it on the ground. At least it rots down that way. It doesn't. Sassy, it's lovely to see you too. It is free. I think I was kidding myself, you know, that it was sleeting before. Certainly not sleeting now. It's just starting to whip up again. The rain's getting heavier. Advice, and I'm going to get some miserable experience. It's even dripping down the back of my legs, down my back. Yeah, secret spot on. Right, we'll go back. We'll get a cheeky smoke out of the car. We'll have a smoke. So 15 minutes, Secret's got to go live. Well, hang on. And let him get himself organised. It's weird being the other way around. Secret, if you're there, daughter passed the driving test. Whoop whoop. Absolutely buzzing. She found a car a couple of days ago that she wants, she's desperate for. So she's trying to organise that. Little Corsa. So she'll be on the road, which will scare me to death for a start. But I shall no longer be taxi for work, which is going to be weird. I'm used to being up and taking her to work for 7 every morning. Well, most mornings. Secret, she can be, yeah. She didn't drop a single point There was a load of chaffinches then hiding under the car, bless the cocksuckers. Right, where are they then? That's them in the car. I found them. But Will, my thing that I needed too warm, too wet even, warm? Right, let's get under the trees again. Oh my god, my hands are cold, I can't use the... Another gift been left. Although they shooted, they didn't actually go into the woods like the other offerings have been doing. Oh, it's soggy. This is still one of my favourite places on earth. The energy in here is just amazing. Happy nature, how you doing? Okay, Cheryl, thank you so much for coming in. Cheryl, I've got some more photographs for you and some more detail. I'll send you a messenger. Have a decent day, Cheryl, off the doctors. Happy nature, it is winter. We are in mid-winter here. Dale, no I don't. That's one thing I haven't got. It's one thing I need to get. I wrecked my old one on barbed wire. So we've got more little pools on here that I want to stick my nose in. See what that sound's collecting. Green Hornet, thank you so much. Right, where's my map? So, Abraham's Cave. Right. Interesting. There's my two beaches. So yeah, the cave is right above where I was showing you. Kaz, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you very, very much. God, I'm gonna get muddy. These little natural sluices all the way up here. I'll be back having a little nosy in those. There's another few along here and underneath this little drop. Let me get back up here. Oh, ouchie. When you can behave for Christmas, I turn into the Grinch as soon as New Year's Day comes in. Oh, thank you so much for all the thumbs up. It's very much appreciated. No, happy nature, that's unlucky. 12 days Christmas, you have to take it down. As soon as New Year's Day hits, that's it. I'm the Grinch and everything's taken down. I've always got it down at the very late, this is January the 2nd. Happy nature, I've got a new Labrador puppy. So the tree didn't go up until late this year because I just had dreams that she would destroy it, and she did destroy a few baubles amongst other things. Make the magic last. Yeah, I love the magic, but then it starts to wear a bit thin and I want to tidy up and I want to clean properly and not pick up baubles that are smashed from a puppy and bits pulled off the tree. Ooh, his brakes are a bit squeaky on his little push bike. Has he got a cheating electric bike though? Yes, he has. That's cheating, electric bikes are cheating. Loads of them around here have got them. The local pensioners have all taken to getting electric push bikes. PA, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And there's more crevices in here, but you cannot see them because of the water. But some really interesting crevices in this bit. Really interesting. You kind of get the idea with them from along here. But once the water drops, I'm going to come back and I'm going to have a nose around inside them. Bon behave. Have you got a Santa outfit? I just do not like turkey. It's like eating an old age pensioner chicken. I get turkey for my lot. Lots of bits like this, PA. See all these crevices through here. What have we got in there? Not much. My hand don't work. But there's a nice big crevice under there. Happy Nature, well, there's lots of quartz, there's lots of black sand, a lot of it through here. You've got ironstone, you've got all sorts. So nah, Hemi, that is proper Christmas tree. That's how it should be done. No mind, look, I've missed a tree and I go through my leg. I had the axe out doing some firewood the other day and it's cherry and it's sat in the garage for about 2 years. Oh my god, it's like concrete. The big heavy axe was just bouncing off it. So I decided to cut my losses and take the smaller bits. And that tree is about, I couldn't put my arms around that and hug it like Jamie asked you to all the time. It's a big, big tree, been washed all the way down. Zaxon, how you doing? Once Secret's set up, we've had a little bit of a swap around this morning. When he's set up, I'm about to go. I am soaked to the skin. Neo, is it bad where you are? Is it bad where you are, Cass? Happy Nature, good on you. That's true Christmas spirit. Ooh, do we save the worm? Yes, we'll save the worm. Live free, little worm. Not so little worm. See? I care. Might not like touching it, but hey. Yes. If anyone could tell me when Secret gets himself fired up, let me know. And I'll cut off. Yeah, it's all PA, it's all down the bedrock. This whole place is just the bedrock getting carved by. T-Rep, how you doing? See, just all down the bedrock, all the way through. And the geology's good. I took a little handful home and the magnet was covered. I was playing with it for ages, I was fascinated. Is there? Ooh. And those giant lumps of stone that I took home have dried out nicely, and ooh, the dinosaur head one, I'll take some photos. I'm in love with it. The veins are quartz, it's just pretty much a whole lump of quartz. bang on. Well, thank you all for joining me. Ayla, can you stick the link in? Secret Blackburn's going to take over. He's going to be live now, so someone can stick the link in. And I'll join you over there when I get home and what I fought to get these jeans off that are sticking to my skin. So I'll see you all over at Secret Blackburns. No problem. Thank you very much. There you go. Tommy's put the link in for Secret. Oh, Scott, it's going to take us ages to get out of these clothes. And I'll see you over in Secret. I'll leave that 10 minutes. I'll see you there. Thanks for joining me, everyone. It's been fun. Bye now.